Hello, everybody. Welcome back to an amazing, groundbreaking, award-winning Grifter video. In this video, we are going to be ranking various different types of elements. We have a great list of elements here today, so hopefully you have a good time. So sit back and enjoy yourself while you listen to my voice ranking elements. So first of all, we have water. Water is a great element. I think it trumps most elements out there. We need it to survive as humans. It's kind of funny in a way that water is so useful to us to survive, and whenever we're sick, whenever we're thirsty, we need water, but can also be the thing that destroys us in terms of, tsunamis, drowning. It's very cool. It's very nice. I think I would say it's supreme. It might be one of my favorite elements out there. Second of all is tornadoes or air. I suppose we could say air for this one. Air is nice. We need it to survive. His term is oxygen, but I just don't find it, me personally, as powerful as water. There's gusts of wind coming around. It can be scary sometimes, especially you live in, let's say Oklahoma or another very tornado-y place. But it's not amazing. I don't think it's that crazy. I think it's strong, a bit strong. How about that? Wi-Fi signals, one of the very few human-made elements. I know it's not an actual element. This is not a periodic table video. The Wi-Fi element, the connectivity, very powerful in our day and age, to connect with other people. It's how I'm connecting you right now, is through these Wi-Fi, through YouTube, through the interwebs. It's cool. We can call anybody. It's great, but it's still not as amazing and as groundbreaking, I suppose, as, let's say, the earthly elements. But there's another man-made element that we're going to go on a little bit further, and it's going to be a great one, and we're going to talk about that one later, and I think you can guess which one it is. So I would say strong. Okay, we have a poison or acid. How about anything that relates to, let's say, poison? You drop it on something and then everything evaporates. Poison, I suppose. Yeah, poison. I think I'm gonna cut this. Should I cut this? Let's keep it in. Okay, so poison, very good element. It's a nice situational type thing. It's not as, let's say, up and it's not as crazy as a big gust of wind, either a big gust of water. It's nice situational. You drop it on sometimes and it can do some harm, but it's not crazy. I would say neutral. Oh, by the way, here are the lists. We're 4 places in, but I'm still going to tell you how we're ranking this. It starts off with useless, then it's weak, then it's a bit weak, then it's neutral, then it's a bit strong, then it's strong, then it's very powerful, and then it's the king supreme. So, ghosts or apparitions are extremely, in my opinion, either weak or very useless. I have never seen... If ghosts exist, then they haven't really done anything groundbreaking. All they have really done, from what I understand, is open doors, sometimes open cupboards, maybe flip a couple of chairs here and there. but nothing like too crazy. I think the worst thing I think I've ever heard is like maybe it pushed a little kid off a cliff or something like that. But still, that's extremely situational of when it's going to be used. I mean, I guess we can't really destroy them, but at the same time, some other ones on the list you can't really destroy either. Like water, you can get rid of like a puddle or something like that, but you can't get rid of the whole thing because it's a whole cyclical cycle. Same with wind. I think wind I gave it a bad rap. I think I'm gonna put it in. What the fuck was I smoking? I think I'm gonna put it in very powerful, and Wi-Fi I'm gonna go with a bit strong. But ghosts are weak. Electricity, lightning as well. Electricity makes shit work, makes shit operate. I don't know what we would be here on planet Earth. We would still be plowing. You know, we would still be using mules. Nothing that we see right in front of us is pretty much impossible to create without electricity. It's the white man's power. White man's power. Cool. Very. How about strong? A bit strong. Let's put it strong, but you know, it's nothing compared to, let's say, some of the natural elements. Dynamite, explosions, TNT, or that type beat is cool. You know, it's like I said once again, it's very situational. Yes, you can use it in warfare, but let's say if you had the power of a tsunami on your side, you could just get rid of a whole city like that. You can just get rid of anything with the flood, except for Noah. Except for Noah's and his little ark. You could get rid of everything. His big ark, rather. You could get rid of anything with water, but you can't get rid of everything with an explosion. Unless we're going to talk to one that we're going to talk about soon, which you can probably guess. I think it's strong. How about strong? I think strong. But no. It's not as good as lightning. I think I'll put it in a bit strong, like Wi-Fi. Fire! Fire, you think, you know, as a water enjoyer, I was going to put it at useless, but no. Fire is, of course, very powerful. You know, it's especially cold now. I'm in the winter season. And fire is, you know, very useful, especially during this time. It's a lot less used today as it once was. The use, I think, of Gen Z using fire nowadays is just either heating up their little vape pen or smoking. But let's say we look at the past, fire is extremely useful. At torching things, just lighting places on fire. I think we've seen the destructive nature of fire, like in places like LA. There's something else that's kind of weird, is I've noticed this when it comes to arsonists. I feel that arsonists, compared to other like serial like killer type people, they get a much better rap, you know, as terms of society and as terms of police. Like there were some arsonists in LA, and they apparently only got a light sentence. But let's say if a guy like shoot up like the amount of people that he destroyed or just blew everything ablaze with dynamite, I feel like he would get a much bigger sentence. I feel that arsonists, for some weird reason, aren't as looked down upon as other criminals. Maybe I'm just spouting some fucking shit, but I think that kind of holds true. I feel that we kind of esteem, not to say that they're heroes, but as a society, we kind of view them better as other, like, destructive people. Let's say if a guy went around chucking dynamite everywhere he went and destroyed a bunch of buildings, we would really, like, look at him down. But apparently if it's the same thing with fire, he's viewed a little bit better by society. Yeah. Ice, baby. Ice, you're as cold as ice. Ice does not terrify me as much as other things. I think it's cool when things get a little bit icy. But I just don't think it's as useful as a day-to-day. It's very cool, ice, when you see it, but it's not very useful on a day-to-day basis. The only thing it really does is keep, like, that we see like in everyday life, is keep our food cold, and it's very hard to sort of utilize at a large scale. I think you can cryogenically do some stuff now, but still, like, it's a very, like, in labs and stuff like that. Cryogenically freezing people to reanimate them in the future, that is crazy. I can't wait for that to happen in reality. And then we can actually do that, and we can just, like, skip shit. We can just skip the wait of GTA 6 and go straight to GTA 7. We can do shit like that. Let's do very strong, right next to lightning. The other one is dust. I'm sorry, but except for causing a couple of famines, which on the list of shit to deal with is not that crazy, especially in our day and age. If we had a famine right now, I think we would be okay. You know, we would obviously have to eat a lot less. But if we had a famine, let's say in America, I'm sure many folks in America could use the fat, you know, off of their bodies to just survive. We could just make our own food. I think we can grow shit in labs now. I'm pretty sure we can clone sheep. I think we would be okay if we were in a famine. So that's the real, like, disastrous element of dust. Yeah, pretty bad if you were, let's say, in the 30s, but I think we could be okay. I think I'm talking some big fucking bullshit, but whatever, it doesn't matter. How about neutral? Volcanoes. Volcanoes can obviously destroy pieces of land, but now that we have a pretty good sense of when a volcano could possibly erupt, it's a lot less dangerous, just because we know that sort of knowledge. At the same time, let's say if you were there in the past, this could be an extremely dangerous thing that could not know how to handle. Many cities have crumbled due to volcano. Pompeii being another great example. And it's nice. Pompeii is very scary, but let's say in our day and age, I don't think it'll happen. The sun. You know, it is everything, I suppose. If we didn't have the sun, we couldn't see. Plants would not grow. I think it's on the same level of that scale of water. I think fire kind of gets a good rap. It kind of thinks in our, like, you know, in our environment that fire always is as great as water. It's on the same level as the sun. It's on the same level as, you know, water. But it's powerful, but it's just not. It's not up there. I think other ones can be a lot better. Mystical, magic, law of attraction, subliminal alpha male messages, that type shit. Is pretty wacky. I think it can work in our daily human life. I think there's too much proof that it out there that it kind of works, but it sort of works in a way where you need to constantly feed it. You need to constantly tell yourself in your head that things are gonna go well. So that sort of magical system could work. I think it works, but, like, it's too little of a power in terms in a massive scale for it to work. I still sort of believe in magic in that affirmation shit, but at the same time, I'm not gonna say it's crazy because the proof is sort of there, kind of, but it's too, like, mystical, too abstract to concretely summarize. So I think it can be very strong, but I don't think it's on the same level as, let's say, ice, lightning, and a volcano. So a bit strong. How about magnets? Yeah, except for telling me where my compass goes and flipping every, like, 2,000 years. Yeah, okay, thank you very much, magnets. Not that cool. It's a fun little science experiment. I'm sounding like a fucking dumbass, but I would say, honestly, on a day-to-day life, useless. In my humble opinion. Metal, iron, metals plural, so iron, bronze, silver, gold. I think some of you will say, oh no, those are minerals, Jane. Metals, metal. Yeah, I guess it's very useful in our society. Blah blah blah. The foundation of structures. Every building needs metal to survive, pretty much. Needs some sort of metal to survive. But I think that we've kind of passed that metal part of society. I think it's a lot less useful now as opposed to it was back in the day. You know, we were not carrying around swords. I suppose we are carrying around firearms. I just don't think it's as useful, in my humble opinion, as other stuff. Leaves, plants, except for producing oxygen, or at least a part of our oxygen. Very weak overall. You can't do much with plants. Like, people are always going on about their plants. Oh, it's amazing. You put a grain in the seed, and like 6 months later something pops out. I put in $5 in Bitcoin. A couple of months later, oh shit, just magical money appears. It's the same type beat. It takes a lot of time, a lot of ROI to get shit out. But besides leaf serving as, I think, toilet paper in nature, not really much in our day and age. I suppose, like, sometimes you can find some niche things to use it for, like smoking up some grass. Know what I mean? But besides that, not too much, in my humble opinion. In my humble opinion. The moon! The moon, creating tides and waves for surfing. I mean, it's cool to look at, I suppose. It's kind of nice that America went to the moon. I suppose we own some of that, so I can't wait for the Walmart to be on the moon. Oh shit, I'm fucking scared if people start owning the moon. That would be very scary. But anyway, strong. I mean, not that strong. Neutral, as opposed to these other, like, awesome powers that we have available. I would put on the same level as Wi-Fi. A bit strong. Intelligence. No, rather artificial intelligence, except for making cat videos or videos of Elon Musk having a baby with Donald Trump, or making the voice of Master Chief to tell you to stop masturbating. Master. I wonder why it's called masturbating. Are you baiting the master? I wonder why. Anyway, artificial intelligence, neutral, I suppose. Bit weak, actually. Which is scarier, a ghost or artificial intelligence? Tell me in the comments down below. I'll put it on the same level as a ghost. Radiation, nuclear bombs. There's like on my list right here, there's a photo of, like, okay, yeah. So radiation, very scary. One of the scariest human things that we have created. I think there is some good in it, that it can produce energy, but just you see the people that have been devastated because of radiation. It's really scary. It's really sad. But it is very powerful, and we can destroy the Earth with that. I suppose we'll put it at strong to very powerful. I think we're going to put it at very powerful. I think nuclear bombs are much more scarier as a grander scale than fire, but still not on the same level as our two goats, the sun and water. Just because no, water can just destroy everything, plus it creates life. It's a positive, much more positive thing than nuclear fission. But the sun also, you know, without the sun, there would be no humanity for nuclear bombs. You could say the same with leaves, but yeah, fuck all. Like, what? Oh, leaf armor, whatever. I don't know, elven shit. Viruses. There has been no viruses yet, and hopefully I don't will this into humanity, that has been extremely destructive as I suppose on a grander scale, water or the sun or fire or nuclear bombs have been. So viruses are very scary, but they're a lot less scary than other things, I suppose. I think anthrax is pretty fucking bizarre. Let's put it at the same level as Wi-Fi. How about that? Voices, hearing people speak, sound, if you will. I think a sound is a very underrated thing. Without sound, you don't have the ability to communicate all these other great inventions, but also too much sound can kill somebody. If we played something extremely, like if somebody had a big, let's say a ginormous speaker and played something extremely loud, that could kill, I'm sorry for that, could kill people. Sometimes sound can break glass. It's pretty fun. I think sound is strong. I think it's very strong in a sort of esoteric sense of without sound we couldn't build stuff, but also on a real sense. At the same time, without sound you can't build things, because if not you can't communicate. Stones. Boring. Weak. A bit weak. How about that? Mountains. Like when you go and you see a mountain, like, okay, you think you're hot shit, like you're the CEO, you've made 10K a month, stuff like that, and then you go see a mountain, and then you realize, okay, fuck, I'm actually kind of a small person in consideration to the entire universe. So it makes you feel very small, very not thalassophobic, megalophobic. There's always these phobias that people online always have. Megalophobia, I think it's that one. When you're scared of big things. The perfect example of that are like these giant mountain ranges. You just see one and you're in awe. At the same level as Wi-Fi, I suppose. No, I'm joking. Very powerful. How about that? I think that's enough for today. There's obviously a lot more elements that we could add. But I think we had a good idea of what these elements were. So hopefully you had a good time watching this video. And hopefully you do something nice for yourself, treat yourself, and just have a good time, have a good life. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you very much.